Hello.
Hi! I was just heading downstairs to see the pathway and the statues that you put in. It looks really nice.
I was just doing some final touches on my Emily spot here and trying to create. Do you like the color that I chose with the pathway here on the upper part?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I
Because
just.
the other block didn't work because to put it flush with the block, the irregularity of that light colored thing
Yeah.
was making it that you couldn't see it, and it was an annoying distraction. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think the bridge design that we came up with, it's definitely awesome. Yeah, I like it.
well, giving you total credit for the maneuvering of it because I mean, I haven't played with those blocks enough with my graphics card for me to even appreciate what it can do.
Yeah.
What I want it to do with all of those statues is have the same thing stuck in it with a light like you did, but I just started thinking, okay, I'm gonna have to do a suspension thing along the edge in the middle, and I
Right.
didn't even know which light you used. So I mean, that's not a big deal. I can come later.
Yeah, I was just taking a look at everything. You were busy.
Oh, great. Now my character is stuck. How am I going to get out of this? Ah, I am gonna. Oh, dear Lord. Ah.
Whenever I get stuck, I usually have to teleport.
No, but I'm so stuck I can't. I have to move the floor here. The hopes
Oh,
of
I
being
see.
able to get out. And I can't get rid of the one in front of me because I'm in
Oh,
front of the block.
let me see
Oh
if I
my
can do
God.
that. Oh, there we go.
Poop.
You know what? I'm gonna use a pickaxe.
When all
There you
else,
go.
well, there we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I'm out of that corner. Oh
Wait.
shoot! I figured out in this game that if there's a way for me to get
Stuck.
stuck in a very weird way, I'm somehow going to manage it.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know
Me too.
why. It just all right. This is this Summer Olympics thing that I'd never seen before. Can't color it, but least I look like a female. Okay. Um, I kind of did something a little different with down at the water thing.
Okay.
Um, and it was an accident. There was too many things to pick up, and accidentally picked up one side of your uh, double layer, like the upper
Uh-huh.
layer of the thing. And then I'm like, oh crap. And I tried, and I'm like, the only way I could fix it is to take that flame out again. And I was just like, no,
Okay.
it's going to be too painful. Anyway, you can tell me what you think, because it is a little different, but still following the same design.
All right. Oh yeah. 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 Now, the water, if it goes above the block, it'll flow right out through the tables.
Yeah. But I thought that if we had an outer thing out here, like we could like channel the water to go down this way, the other side of this.
Instead of having the water going down through the opening.
Well, it would go down 2 levels, right? This upper one and just down along this way through the thing. I thought it might look pretty through that, since that worked.
Okay, so the water would go in between the table legs into this
Yeah,
outer
it,
hole
catch basin that would,
or catch basin, and then
yeah, and would come down either side of what we already have here, just to make it
yeah,
to make a mini dam look coming down,
right,
since this is homage to the Lord of the Ocean
yeah,
in the Elven world. I don't
okay,
know. I'm not a master with the water, I can tell you that. I haven't really. The only time I played with it, I drowned out everything, including any of the capybaras at the Capybara Oasis. So it didn't work well for me. Let's put it that way. This should not be too bad since it's gravitational going straight down.
right, yeah, but just gotta get it going in the direction that you want, so it doesn't like land right on top of the fish tank.
Yeah.
So,
And I don't know how to get the other. I think I'm going to have to dig more of this side away to get the other arch the same as the one you did here on this side to go down.
yeah,
But I think we're going to have to do a lot of floating and digging just to make sure that we have something going down.
yeah, because I'm
I don't
thinking,
know.
using blocks and then taking out what I'm standing on, and then maybe having to channel it back towards the hill a little bit. It
Mhm.
depends on how steep this is. This goes straight down, this is kind of an overhang. I'm not sure, but to get it to go to where you want, yeah, you're definitely. Whoops.
Oh dear,
I'm
you
on the
just
way.
fell. Oh my God.
Yeah, I slipped.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then I'm gonna have to make something here, 'cause all we're gonna do is slide away here.
Okay, so wow.
Yeah. Actually, where I'm standing, whoa, okay. I'm gonna back up here and, how am I gonna do this? The flame Well, the flame comes out this way.
How high
Right.
up does this go against the wall?
All right. All right. So if I stand back here and I use that one and take it down, it's going to take that down.
Come back up to
So I think, yeah. Now that's going to make a ledge go straight across underneath where we have the flame.
what I'm
And I should come up to meet you at some point along here.
yeah, it's a little bit higher up. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to have to converge water sideways, like waterfall, and then come over this way.
Hmm?
Probably about here, and then start going downwards. Right here
Well,
along
you
the
know,
edge line.
since we have that center part done so well, this just came to me. If we dug enough away from up there without falling, you have a good ledge there, like the one that you fell off, but if turn around and dig towards the floor, like part that we have, and we could box in with the obsidian or something, a kind of reserve for that spot. And then the parts that are coming on the side from the overflow of the half circle section, then we can channel that to come down. And it should be able to come down 2 streams down to that water part at the bottom.
Yeah, because we're not too far from the bottom of this flame shrine that's above us.
Yeah.
So if we can reserve out here in this area and then divert it over the way I'm looking and then go down, then you'll be able to hit that area that you're wanting.
This is like,
So what do you want me to do?
well, I think we're both going to have to work at this, getting rid of this limestone, because we need to be able to see,
Yeah.
like, down. And I'm definitely not a,
Do you have any extra blocks with you that you could give me?
yeah, just give me a quick sec here. Doesn't really matter what it is, as long as it's
Yeah, that
enough to do this.
So what level is the flame shrine down below?
They're all the full 160 by 160 by 160. Except this one up here where the water is, because I didn't do that yet. All I did was, reposition it. I've got to put that stuff in again to redo it.
Yeah.
And that's up at my, I've got that up here. Just hang on a second. I'll go to the vault and get it. And then I'll get it at its max, so then we'll know, we'll have more than enough room. I'm not going to need it all, but we're going to need it for the heights, I think. Go from the flame down, maybe. I'm not familiar with complete. I'm just going by what I heard you say and Chisel Chip say.
Yeah.
Where? Wrong side. Ah, yes. Put it at my other base, taking the stuff for Emily out, so that I could decide where I was. And that's what I was doing when it came. I'm gonna put the oven in. That's nothing major. Coming down. See if we can't get this sucker up where it needs to be. And then we should be able to figure it out. Flying around and stuff down. Okay. There. She is now 160 by 160 by 160. The one down below at the fisherman is 160 by 160 by 160. So we now got the.
Whoops. I made it down to where you were at.
Cool. Oh, I see how you did that. That's cool. Alrighty. Suppose what I should do is go down and start digging out the. Oh, I see. This is the one that we're going to have to get rid of, this ledge.
Yeah, but right where you're standing at.
Oh, sorry.
It's like, it's, you know, because this would become the water reserve.
Trying to see where. Okay, so there's another ledge right. Okay. Well, yeah, I missed that.
Did you just
Quite nicely.
do the
Yep.
hop?
Yeah, I just did the Yahoo-hooey because I thought I was gonna land on something substantial. Instead of that, it's definitely not. Okay,
Now,
so
question for
free
you,
landing.
There's some holes and stuff. Do you want the walls of the reserve to be exposed or to be the same type of stone? So in other words, you would see the water falling, you know, up here at the top, coming down to where I'm currently at. Then this reserve fills up, and then you have another waterfall, you know, that goes down. Hopefully, it lands in the area that you're wanting it to.
Well, the color of the bronze is golden. It's the closest to gold next to the windows that they've given us. So I'm thinking that we could make that like a really deep looking reserve, so it looks like it's something important against the cliff with it coming down.
So then the other thought would be is, do you want some of the stone and some of the bronze mixed in together? looks
blocks?
like it's part of the mountain.
Yep, yep, yep.
Okay.
So I need to go and switch out blocks here because I have choices that I put together to make her oven inside her house, which are not what I was using. The regular sandstone is what I would mix with that because that block seems to look like the limestone. Or I could also give you limestone and you could create something that way too. I don't know. I just know that I have some limestone, like piles of it.
Okay, so I'm digging a reserve out. Should catch the water. And then
Far away.
I
Well,
needed to make a hole so I can kind of see.
yeah, I know what you mean. Just give me a quick sec here. I'm dumping a lot of the stuff I had.
Okay, so it looks like one needs to go a little bit further.
If you can manage it where you're at some point to get a perspective of the spatial size, if you fly down to that platform that I was on,
Uh-huh.
to the left of where you're at up there, that
Yeah.
really gives a good perspective because you can actually see what you've got, even though it's not part of it really, like the jumping stuff and
Okay.
some of the stuff that's there, and it just, I
Okay.
found it easy to.
Yeah.
That's how I was able to answer your question because I was able to look up and see it, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, yeah, I think that's going to work.
Something else I was kind of thinking, just because I thought it might be cool, would be right at the bottom part of that reserve. Be able to put the great big gold dragon on and stick a water thing coming out of its mouth with something coming down. Maybe it's
Yeah.
too far up to be able to make that look right. I don't know. That came to my mind as I was. excused.
Oh man.
Don't have it in a chest labeled.
Oh no. I'll be back.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, somehow I got disconnected.
Oh.
I was getting ready to put a block in place and
Pooey.
yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Ah, there it is.
Oh, come on, turn off snapping.
I was watching the Lich's battle mage, and then his hunter build. He did a hunter video today. Quite something. All right.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Oh. Awesome.
Yeah, and then I
extra just in case you need it.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow.
So this should then convert the water to flow down to where you want it to. Should. Oh, that's why it's so weird.
Hmm. I really love how they did the copper and the bronze blocks.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh yeah, that'll come right down there.
Yeah, which is
Wow.
where you're wanting it to go, right?
Yep, yep, it is.
Perfect.
Now I'm gonna fly down and whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on. There we go. Thank you. Oh yeah. Okay, I can see that right from here. Yeah, and if we do that the same on the other side of that, coming down, then that will land on the other side.
Yeah, that's my theory, anyways.
Well, I'm just
Hopefully, it's a good
flying
one.
right here. Well, I got steps over here, the roof of the building beside where the water's going to go. Let me have a gander here. Up on this ledge, over to the roof. Okay. Yeah. If ow, okay. Yep, that will come right down.
Cool. And something else we could do too is make ladders or put a grappling point in
Hmm.
at a couple of places. That way, if something happens, and you had to get into the ravine to
Hmm.
alter its course or fix it or something, you'd be
Yep.
able to.
Well, we can have ladders down into the access point into the ravine, and then you said, the grappling close by to be able to get there.
Yeah.
I'm just removing this that I have down here because I put this here around where I had the flame shrine initially so that I could do some stuff before I got the idea of doing the water level. It was having a conversation with my youngest son that he made the suggestion that I have something. So then I kind of went to work on it afterwards, thinking. Oh, but it was totally accident that I found that how deep the game made this fishing spot.
Yeah.
Because I took this long block that well, not this one, but in the second row, number 1 block, the one that's long, not a very big floor, probably about the size of small floor that's used for that one. And I just kept going down and down and down, getting rid of the muck. And the next thing I know, I saw this black hole. And I'm like, I wonder what's down there. And I thought, well, worst case scenario is the game will take me back to the cinder vault. So I jumped down. Or actually, I glided down because I didn't know how low it was going to be. And I was just like, wow. That up and put that in another place altogether. Right. Oh, wow. Is that ever cool?
Yeah. And then I think I don't know. I mean, I kind of think having the natural stone on this final drop. What do you
Huh?
think?
Well, I can gift you some actual limestone, which is what it is. I did give you the regular sandstone. It's I wonder if you're close enough for me to gift that to you. Just let me see here. If not, I can go up. Oh, you're too far away. Okay, so I'll go to that thing. then we can see. We're not going to know unless we look at the side of it. I mean, I can see the brass, bronze, whatever.
Yeah.
That's very clear. Now that's two stacks of 1,000, but I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on me. So that's not enough. Let me know.
That should be enough.
And then I have 2, 3, 4 more stacks on me of the regular sandstone, just in case you need that too. That now. Put those extra now while I'm here anyway. Just to see, because what I thought I'd start doing down below here was digging away to get the ground ready for the trial, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Straight down to the corner. There we go.
Now, were you able to see where? Do I need to go over any farther before I get too much lower?
I'm looking right up at the. Yeah, I can see what you're doing. I'm literally below where the natural flow of the cliff comes down. Ending, and I don't know whether I don't know which one it is, because it's going up the cliff, but I can't see. Do you have a line up beside you up there that you're not far from? Can you notice like a gold line coming up the cliff? I don't know if you can see me, but I'm right on the actual gold building line that's going straight up the cliff, and then I can't see where it goes after that.
Yeah. I can kind of see the gold line now.
Well, where you're digging right now, that's where the water should come down, because it doesn't come all the way over here at this corner. Flowing down, it's going to flow down right here where I'm standing. If you can see me, I don't know if you can or not. It's my right hair. wow. I see what you're doing. You're creating the crevice for it to come down.
Yes.
Awesome.
Now it looks like, no. Yeah, I'm trying to do my best enclosed. The more control you have over it going down, the better it's going to be.
Yep, that's true.
Damn it. Okay, so this would be another indoor reservoir spot.
Well, it's interesting because right over, I don't know if you can see it or not, but right to your sharp right, around the curved rock, there's a natural crevice right into the rock.
Yeah.
The game has already given us. It just doesn't have a ledge. It's like in the reverse. But you're not far from it. As our gliders fly. If we cooperate. The fact that with the terrain you get to collect stuff or dismantle what you don't want and then leave the rest. Dig it away. I kind of like that. If you notice, I got this big crane suspension that I totally forgot about. It's still suspended in midair. Wow, yeah. Wow, coming right down to where I started digging below. Awesome. small, skinny Christmas tree up yesterday.
Huh?
Hmm. It was all the
I missed
renovations.
it.
I said we put up our small, skinny Christmas tree yesterday.
Oh, cool.
Brand new one that we bought because the other one that I had from moving died. It was a pretty golden, light frosted branch Christmas tree. Can't get those anymore because they're, well, again, they're just really expensive. And in the middle of renovations, I didn't want a small, little, tiny tree the size of Charlie Brown's. I wanted one that was just a good height to put a few things on, and
Yeah.
you can always get a larger one after the renovations are done. I don't know why it is. You always make more mess before you're done with renovations. It's crazy.
Yeah. That should
Or
be
even when you're,
awesome waterflow, I hope. Do you
well,
have
I'm thinking that that should look really substantial.
yeah,
You kind of need to coming halfway down. We did a second thing to widen it just a little bit
right.
as it's flowing towards us here. But other than that, I think it's perfect way. And it looks natural. It's like it's
Yeah.
following the stone coming down. Like,
Now, up
I
at
like
your
that.
place, do you have, or can you tell me where the chest is at that has curves in it so I can finish making that waterfall so we don't have water just splooshing everywhere? You know?
Wide, the wide opening going into Emily's new spot.
Okay.
There's two chests that are sitting on top of the workbench on the left.
Okay.
One of those has those curves from
Okay.
yesterday. I think it's the one closest to the doorway, but I could be wrong on that.
All right.
Hi.
Hopefully my visual memory is working. Am I wrong on that?
Maybe it's
Oh,
I don't see them.
doorway that you came in when you entered it first, where
Yeah.
I was standing. You go through the other side of that, and there's a workbench beside another set of steps into her spot. It's from the central part of the.
So I need to find Emily.
Well, no,
Hi.
the brick house that I was working on when you arrived is her place. I haven't rendered her in yet.
Okay.
That building that's along the side of where my
Hi.
flame shrine in that has the sandstone brick
Yeah.
block. That's her place.
Okay. All right. I will be back in just a couple minutes and take a real quick break.
Okay, okay. this is the spot here. It's right there.
Oh, this is okay.
Yeah, this is where she's going to be.
Now the bronze.
What?
Oh, you know what? I just had a wonderful idea.
Okay.
um, the Beltwater, the undergrowth stuff, kind of like what you mine out of the caves, you know, that illuminates.
Mm-hmm.
That would look so cool if you're interested in going down the backside of the waterfall. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I do. Okay, so from the bit that I took from the depot, I now created 8 stacks of 250 of that stuff.
Oh, excellent.
Well, I just have to. I've got my multiplier on when I'm building. 'Cause it makes life so much easier. I just have to have one of something, and I can turn it to the maximum stack that the game has given us. Major tasks like this, it makes things a whole lot easier, I think.
Yes.
I was also thinking that coming down, getting closer to the ground, it'd be kind of cool to have some of that natural limestone, shell limestone block, the landscape, because that naturally has like the tropical greenery coming out of the rock, which could look really good
Uh-huh.
coming down. And at the moment, I have 4 stacks of 1,000 of that at the moment. I'm in the process of creating more, because I just thought that might look. I mean, it's in the warm part of the game anyway. Before we got the water, so to me, it kind of works that you'd have something like that. Maybe, I don't know. Okay. All right, I'm coming with a whole lot.
Okay.
Both. Alrighty. Wow.
Get there, get there, right?
I know I always seem to say wow no matter what I'm looking at, but this game just wows me
Yeah, me too.
completely. Thinking what I should do up here before we add the water is maybe have a chest to put some of this stuff in. Hang on a sec. I'm gonna go have a chat with Aunt Bramley.
The
There.
arch thingies here, Art Deco design, right?
Yeah, I was just trying to recreate wave look. That was all I was trying
Yeah.
to do.
Okay, good. I just need to know what I'm trying to replicate.
Oh wow. This is wow.
Oh, that would work better.
Okay. Oh, that was an interesting drop. I think the developers have created our characters with literally hard heads. I don't know about you, but I've landed into a lot of cliffs and a lot of floors, and it looks like I'm hitting head first.
Yeah.
I know my fiance certainly says, looks like you're really hitting your head a lot there, honey. I'm like, yeah, it does, doesn't it? Says, before too long, I'll start walking like a drunk sailor. Well, it's funny in the game Medieval Dynasty. You've there's actually spots where you can drink something, and if you do, the camera looks like you got foggy vision and you're seeing double. And
Oh, that's kind of cool.
yeah, Lord of the Rings Online has the same thing. There's certain quests, certain festivals that you have to drink, and you're basically bar hopping, but you're going from one to the other. And I'll tell you, after you've drank the Hobbit's ale just twice, your whole vision in the game is like you're seeing double, and it gets worse as you get further along.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Hiccuping and everything else is hilarious. Beauty of it is it looks like you're drunk, but you're not going to have the hangover. Oh dear. So hard in agreement when you were describing this sludgy stuff that we've had in the game long before the water.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it, in my imagination, that's what it would look like.
Excuse me.
You're excused. Yep, that goes straight down there. Wow. So I guess I should put this block in. Make it really easy to see the bottom. I think. Alrighty. gotten rid of all of the mud up at the top of me, and I can still hear it bubbling and gurgling like something is
Yeah.
gonna pop out. It's just so gross.
Oh, where did
I
you
have
put that glow stuff at?
chest up there.
Okay. I see it.
I put it in the shell limestone and extra of the bronze and
Okay.
that octagon shaped window and door thing. It's used to, like, keep the water out. You can put on the floor or I suppose on the ceiling or whatever. And that also worked as a separation of the water between my level here for the fish and then water down below it.
I'd say yes.
Oh,
Now comes my precarious descent.
you what?
I said, now comes my precarious descent. Because I have to switch between the blocks and then what I am doing.
Oh yes. I've seen you do that, and that looks very precarious indeed. Okie dokie. that's what I'm thinking. Because I knew by the way they had this type of mud done and rendered well that they were probably headed towards water because
Yeah.
just the way they took the time and it like because I've never encountered it rendered this well in any other survival game that I've played.
Right.
They even do a better job with it than Icarus does. And there's one. Got swampy areas in the Avalon game that you play. Well, I haven't seen how they did that. I guess because I haven't.
Oh, hey, are you down at the fish farm?
Yeah, I'm like way down.
Can you see the green?
Just hang on a sec here. I'm heading to some trap down here. I've got the whole thing open up and I've got a floor down here. Okay. Oh wow.
See, and I'm only going to do it in spots,
Uh-huh.
so that way
Oh,
it's not overbearing.
that's beautiful though. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. I wonder what that blue stuff that glows at nighttime and grows, how they would look together.
Probably
No, I never
not.
knew. Okay.
I mean, it's possible. I don't think it would look as good
Mm-hmm.
because this is designed to look like it's something in the water.
well. Over here in this building, I do have I do have Rochelle and Kate over here.
Well, that was a laggy moment. Uh-oh. I think I'm going to be disconnected.
Oh, not sure why that's happening.
Well, I would rather have it happen when I'm on the platform than being in the air.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a given.
Are you able to do anything?
Yeah, I'm tearing apart my blocks down here.
Huh.
Are you not able to do anything?
No. I'm just kind of giving it a minute to see if it comes back.
Colors that come around here because of the sunlight is absolutely
Yeah.
pretty. Which will make this stuff show up even more, even at different times when the sun is coming along this way, because it's so light against the rock.
Right.
Or at least that's kind of what I was thinking. I was looking up from that platform. It's kind of what, as I seen you doing the block stuff before you started cutting away to come down. It's kind of what I wonder if that's what they do.
Yeah.
Mind you, they were harnessed and everything else, but still. Doesn't mean you couldn't go whoop-de-doo and end up floating upside down. I'm sure. I know the guys that worked on our bridge goes across between New Brunswick and PEI. They had some pretty interesting stories to tell. That, some of them. It has a special rubberized asphalt that coats the part where you either cycle or drive on. That expands and contracts with the temperature, whether it's ice cold and freezing or whatever, or whether it isn't. The way to make it last longer. Kind of I don't remember the scientific name for that site surface, but it's not new, but it's new to us.
Yeah.
This end of country, that's for sure. Still get to the island by the ferry. This one is shorter. Another shorter road to get here.
So you have to take your
Oh, we don't have to. The ferry that is still in existence goes between Pictou, Nova Scotia, and Wood Islands, PEI. The Borden one, which is closer to where I live, is the bridge. It goes between Borden and Cape Turpentine, which is what the ferry used to do. We used to have 2 ferry wharfs that operated. But the Borden to Cape Turpentine was the only one that worked year round because they had icebreakers at the time that could break the ice. Was part of our Confederation joining stipulation, but the government changed that. We needed to switch things up. Well, then they decided we were going to have the bridge. And we really didn't have a say in that one. But we have it. Really magical coming over here to the island on the ferry because you're on the water, you know, at times, even when it's not a foggy day, you do have like in the horizon, you can see like a misty type effect as you're coming towards land.
Yeah.
So it kind of made the island look like it was like a magical oasis you were coming to idea. Kind of added tourism experience. I always suggest that if somebody's driving here, that they take the extra drive on land and go to Pictou and come across, because they're going to have that experience. And then when waves, the bridge, or if they're able to fly from Charlottetown or something, but at least they've had that, I don't know, in my mind, a special experience come to an island idea. And everybody doesn't like sailing on the water or on the bridge for that matter, but on the west coast there is ferries that don't have as long a distance that go between BC and one of the islands over there too, so
Let me check my chat log.
Mhm. see the very.
I am barely moving.
Oh,
Give it a second here.
oh, darn it.
Be right back. Okay, looks like I'm having an issue. So,
Oh, okay.
I'm going to log out and restart my computer. But I do want to say before leaving, I think this is going to look awesome. And
Yeah, I
I,
totally agree.
yeah, I want to see what it looks like once there is water in it. Okay.
Oh,
So
I'm gonna
everybody, please
try.
hit like.